What's up guys, it's Hydro Gaming here, and today I'm going to bring you a video on my favorite way to push Darryl since the update. So obviously you can look at this new map and you can see that long-range characters are going to do amazing in the meta for this new heist map, along with the 3 lanes map that we saw a couple days ago. But what makes this one a bit different, and why I think it's so great for pushing Darryl, is because of the pond in front of the safe, that if it's not guarded, you can roll straight over it with Darryl. And of course, if there's no one behind the safe, there's nothing stopping you from getting point-blank range and just dealing damage over and over and over again. So in these replays, I'm going to be showing you my favorite comps for this map, which mainly include Colt, Rico, Darryl, and Dynamite. But of course there are also tons of other ways to play this map. You can play Piper. I actually think Brock is a better choice than Piper on this map, but obviously both of them work. I haven't seen Barley work out so well, but Barley is also definitely playable, but Dynamite is definitely preferable to Barley. So in a lot of these matches, what you'll see is that the Dynamite and the Colt or Rico are basically going to be defending the Darryl while he is attempting to charge up his super and make his way to the safe. And what you'll also notice is that if perchance one or especially 2 of the enemy brawlers is killed and have not respawned yet, the Darryl is going to hold back and wait before rushing onto the safe, just because you don't want someone to respawn, have the invincibility, and just take you out and minimize the damage you can do. And especially once they respawn, if they see you there with your super charged up, they're going to be reluctant to leave from behind the safe to come defend you, because as soon as they leave, you are able to rush in. And what this allows is for your Dynamite and Colt or Rico to, just wail on the safe from across the river. So what you'll see here also is that Ricochet, which, normally I would say Colt is a much better heist option, but with Ricochet, if you are close enough to the safe and use your super on it, you can get the bullets to go through the safe, bounce off the wall, and come back to deal double damage. And especially with a max Ricochet, it'll deal over double damage, which will allow great damage on the safe. Alright, so I just cut ahead through the video just because I want to keep this shorter so you guys are more into the video and don't have to watch a lot of not as exciting gameplay, because what happened right there basically was just chipping away damage on the bull for about 25 seconds. I'll continue to cut some of the gameplay that I think isn't interesting through the rest of this video, and I'll analyze the parts that I think are really important. Right here I actually think it's important to point out that this was a horrible waste of my super as Darryl, because first of all, there was a bull defending the safe who was able to almost immediately take me out, and there was also Penny's turret in the way, so the first 2, I think, shots actually targeted the turret instead of the safe, which, losing your Darryl, especially when you're getting put pressure on by the other 2 brawlers on their team, is, just never a good thing, because then you're left with only your squishy brawlers left. So I believe earlier I was actually talking about how it's a good idea to make sure that you don't rush over with your Darryl until after, an enemy brawler leaves from behind the safe, and why this was, good for keeping their brawlers behind the safe, because they also know that, so that your support brawlers are able to deal damage. So I think here's a great example of me drawing the Colt back while my support brawlers were, dealing with their other brawlers, and, we all just won our battles. I drew the Colt back, they both won their battles with the Primo and the Rico, and, I was just able to, open up a great opportunity for my teammates to do a ton of damage to the safe. So this gave me a notice that my support brawlers are a Colt and a Rico, which, usually it's not traditional to have both of those characters in the same composition, but I actually think it's a very viable strategy for this map, just because, with the way that we're running this strategy, with the Darryl creating an opportunity for the support brawlers to deal damage, it's great to have two incredibly high DPS brawlers as support. Because as you can see, while I'm tanking shots, distracting the other brawlers, my Colt and my Rico are able to do massive amounts of damage to the safe. That's really difficult for the enemy team to stop. So right here you'll actually see why I think Brock is a really viable choice, is because, it's really difficult to deal with his long range if he gets in front of the safe like that. Luckily, I was able to rush in front of the river, and I was able to take out the safe before they were able to do any massive amounts of damage. Alright guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave off on this video for today. Make sure to subscribe, drop a like, tell your friends about me, because any support is highly appreciated. Also, if you have any, comments on the video, recommendations, other tips or strategies that you think you could even give to me about Darryl or any other brawler mentioned in this video and this map, I will be reading every comment and responding to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Have a good day.